east end of what we called the hot dog, which was a land formation that was in the shape of a hot dog on the contour maps. They were, depending on whose opinion it is, Buzz and I disagree, but I think they were a few hundred yards outside of our position. Buzz thinks they were as close as 50 yards. But the point man, young man by the name of Larry Green, stepped on a landmine, or not a landmine, but a booby-trapped artillery round. And it was a terrible event, but the night before, and why this has always stuck with me, so, and it just never let me go, was the night before we were set up in our positions. I was going around checking positions to make sure that everybody had fields of fire, and I stopped at the hole that was occupied by Larry Green and his partner Larry Dyer. Larry Green was from Baltimore, Maryland. Larry Dyer from Oxon Hills, New York. And while I was checking that, I just said, "You guys got any mail recently?" And Larry Green said, "I just got a letter from my girlfriend." And he pulled it out of his pocket and he said, "Look at this, Lieutenant." And he had a picture of his girlfriend. She was a very pretty girl. And then we discussed girlfriends for about a minute and a half and had a couple of laughs about that, and away I went. And the next day, these patrols went out. Larry Green stepped on that artillery round, and it blew his legs off and sent him up in the air. Behind him, probably 5-6 yards or so, was his foxhole companion Larry Dyer, and it killed Dyer instantly. The guy behind him was a machine gun team leader, Corporal Perry. Put a piece of shrapnel through him that protruded from front to back, in his abdomen, but he was not killed. And Larry Green was not killed instantly either. And our corpsman, who was with the patrol, Marty Martinez, was trying to save everybody who could be saved when another booby trap went off, wounding Martinez and 3 other Marines. So it was a real mess. Fortunately, the radio, we were able to get a medevac chopper in there and get these guys out. Martinez would not go until he had taken care of all of his Marines and got them all out of there. Larry Green, while he was on the ground, and when he realized what had happened to him, was begging his Marine companions to end his life for him, because he didn't want to go back that way. Well, he did end up, he died on the way into First Med. So we lost 2 killed, 4 wounded, plus a corpsman wounded. 7 men by my recollection. The command chronology says 6, and our senior corpsman, Buzz Baviello, says 8. But since I'm telling the story today, it's 7. And at any rate, that the little conversation we had of the night before has just always stuck with me. That these young guys, halfway around the world from their girlfriends and their family, lost their lives. And I always think about what gets said at all of the Memorial Day programs and the Veterans Day programs about our soldiers and Marines and sailors who sacrifice their lives for their country. And most of the time I want to stand up and say, bullshit. They did not sacrifice their lives. They allowed their government to put their lives in a position to be sacrificed, and we, the American people, sacrificed those lives. And we need to be conscious of the cost, of the price that we demand from these young men and now young women who serve in the American Armed Forces. And it's just always weighed on me that we have people in leadership in our government and in other governments of other countries around the world that treat these lives pretty cavalierly and don't realize the value that they're giving up. And I always have wondered, whatever happened to that girlfriend of Larry Green's? The girl, well, okay, this is one thing I forgot to put into the story, but he was telling me that this girl was so sensitive that whenever they went to a movie, if he didn't have enough money, she wouldn't even ask for popcorn. It was that little thing just got me. And whatever, think of the impact on her, on his family, on Larry Dyer's family, and on all of these other families. We all lost people. We all lost friends. We all lost people we knew and we loved like brothers. But this incident has always stuck with me. These two men were good young Marines and willing to serve their country and doing so well, and their lives were ripped away from them and from all that they loved. So I probably boring you with this story, but it's been a big thing for me. I thought about it for 48 years. So now you know about it. Thank you.